How's it going out there, everybody? I'm bringing to you another alternative, no advertisement, non-commercial YouTube commentary video on RuneScape Classic Vanilla. Doing some mage here. My little mage guy, Oil. And just had a couple of thoughts how there might be, I actually don't know any of the numbers, but the more I think about it, the more it makes sense if there's a naturally lower player base and like not tons of runes coming in for those wanting to participate in like mage staking or just training their magic, because there's not, boatloads of like chaoses and deaths and bloods. Nature is also circulating. It's just a pretty quick thought I had. I think the point I was trying to make is that it would be ideal for a larger player base to sort of farm those resources more readily, and which in turn is almost like a recycling wheel. Just sort of feeding that loop, like the more players, the more resources, the more fun, equaling more players. So something like that is just cool to think about. Yeah, just rambling again. I just got finished with the Lesser Demon in the Wizard's Tower next to Draenor Village. I made it to about 57 magic up there. No rune med drops. Yeah, literally just a few deaths. And nothing else worth telegrabbing. Maybe some extra law runes too. Yeah, for sure. Quite a bit compared to like the 15 we had. Other than that, for this account, I've been sort of debating on whether I'll stay Mithril defense or go to Adamant or Rune. I don't know, these dark pants look kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. Mithril looks good. I might just stick to 20 defense. It's not really about the attack and strength either. I'm just sort of using this guy as my little major. 29 combat. I think I'm going to go for 80 for charge. Just to do like classic Guthix Claws mage staking. But I don't exactly have tons of money to gamble. It's more just about the fun. But then again, it's also a good bit of runes if you tally it all up. So yeah, this is me just hoping that more people join and progress to the point where they can actively sell or use their runes for to earn some cash or cash in game or just train their magic. Yeah, I mean right now chaoses are around like 250 to 300. Deaths are anywhere from like 800 to 1k each, which is quite a bit. Bloods are also about 1k each, so it'd be nice to have those come down a little bit, hopefully, but I'm not really counting on it, just sort of speaking my mind. And then oh yeah, natures are like 600 to 700 each, so that's a little bit better, I think. Mainly set by the nature rune chest spawn or The fact that they factor into high alching, like U and Magic longbows, or short bows, I guess, too. Things like that. But yeah, the prices are not terrible. I mean, I've still had a good amount of them. But again, it would just be cool to see more people playing. I think the most people I've seen was like approaching 150 online, which was 58, which was at Christmas 2019 for the cracker drops, Christmas crackers. And who knows, it could have been, what, 15 people with 10 alts on, because you're allowed up to 10 accounts, so 9 alts really. But no, I'd like to imagine it was maybe like, I don't know, at least 50 unique accounts logged in for the drops, but I don't know. I'll never really know. It doesn't matter. My only point was that was the most people I've seen online at one time. And since I've definitely seen in the 40s, which was really nice. Usually it hovers around now anywhere from like, I mean, obviously it gets really low in like the late hours. But usually it stays idling at around 10 people online at a time, 12, 15 people. And then like a high day will be in the 20s. But to see double that would just be amazing. This goes into what I said in the last video, like the slow pace, the slow burn of this game is oddly refreshing in a way. You know, you can't really beat it too soon. Even though there are people who just like speed run all 50 quests, they get legends done, they might get like 80 fishing, and then peace out basically. You never hear from those people or see them. So I guess for me, it's just a nice place to always come back to. It's sort of like your favorite bar. You know, you're familiar with the environment, the people know you. Just about all of the people are nice, besides a couple of lunatics, but you'll have that anywhere. Yeah, it's just a good place to be. And I really enjoy that it's not too overblown like almost everything I see these days. I'm not a big gamer either. I think RuneScape's really the main game that I've played since being about 10 years old. But like most things, there's a lot of like buttons or interface changes or like constant updates that are very divisionary between the people who like the way things are and people who are really progress happy, I guess you could call it, which isn't exactly a fault, but I don't know, just in my most recent years I've just realized that people can't always handle change too often, too frequently. It really startles the psyche, I think. But yeah, here, just a couple of minor tweaks, very minor tweaks like enabling or disabling the fog or rooftops. You know, that's a very simple quality of life change, which is nice depending on what you're doing. Or the resizable mode. Yeah, the resizable mode is nice. It sort of cut me off there with whatever it's called, Windows Game Bar recording software. As soon as I resized it, it cut out, so I just had to press a couple of buttons and get back on. Yeah, very simple changes to the game compared to authentic RSC. Oops. 5-minute timer. Yeah, so again, it's just a nice place to be. There's nothing too radical happening outside of the game, but I guess you could say, like radical things happening inside the game as far as like in the wilderness, like PK events. I don't know, radical is a weird word to use for that, but just fun activities, I think, are fun, but debatable updates are not. Sleeping Words Archive immediately makes me think of all the archived photos of Authentic on my camera roll in my phone. Sometimes for fun, I'll just like surf Google and type in like sort of miscellaneous words combined with RuneScape Classic terms, and I might find like a gem of an old page that still has a lot of intact screenshots of a time that's now gone by in the early thousands, which is super cool to see. I guess I could work on posting those somewhere, just as sort of like an archive bank for RuneScape Classic screenshots. That would be really nice. I mean, I've talked about this before, but like, it's so wild to think about all of the good and rich material that's just been lost with the avalanche of technology advancing or becoming obsolete, and people not thinking about their hard drives, basically, or just life happening, and maybe not having the insight as a kid compared to an adult of wanting to capture it. I don't know, I'm going pretty deep on this, but it would be nice to just have a bunch of photographs from back then. But I guess the scarcity of them is also what makes the existing ones so special. So it's sort of a catch-22. I don't even know if that's the right term to use, but I think if you're listening to this out there on the raft with me in the middle of nowhere, listening, I think you know what I mean. Yeah, I guess I'll record again when I have the Githic's Claws spell unlocked, because I'm coming up pretty soon on it. I don't think I'm going to do it exactly at 60 magic, just because, if I'm correct, having to cast those God Mage spells and failing, just like failing any spell, absolutely sucks, because waiting 20 full seconds to recast is just so annoying. But it doesn't happen too often if you go above the initial required level. Like 35 is Firebolt and I'm 58, so I never fail this spell. I think it's I don't want to be too sure of my answer, but I think it's 11 levels past the spell level required that you stop failing. I could be wrong, but somewhere around there. As soon as you get several levels above that, you stop failing. So yeah, I'll get back to you on that with another update for Oil, my low mage guy. I wonder what the combat will equal out as. Maybe I'll get some prayer up too, so it'll be neat to see. I guess I'm predicting maybe combat 45. We'll just say level 45 for now. 44 would be cooler, just because it's a cooler number. But yeah, that's basically where my head's at for this video. If you made it to the end, appreciate you. If you didn't make it to the end, then I guess you wouldn't be listening to me telling me how I appreciate you making it to the end. Whatever. And with that, I am signing off. Peace.